Sri Ram. Welcome, 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 welcome to chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita. My name is Srishti Chandon. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia, and I'm here reading this epic and beautiful dialogue to remind us of the right way, the right thought, the right action, and the right way to move in this world. So, if you find yourself here, it is not by chance. And the story is read with the intention that it brings peace, wisdom, and blessings to all those who choose to receive it. To them, their systems, their families, all those who they touch, all those who are connected to them, are all blessed through this story. So welcome, warriors. Welcome, warriors of the new age. It's the same story, different players. The battlefield is within. And so we are all fighting our own wars and battles, and understanding also that the enemy lies within. The tools lie within, and the weapons, the strategies, the guidance, the eternity, yes, lies within. It's all within. The one thing that we do need is the grace of a guru or a guide or a teacher or something, or a mother, and that wisdom comes in different forms. And so I invite you to hold the text with sacred intention, and it can bring only blessings. So thank you for being part of this weaving. It is going to be a very powerful weaving. It is beyond the constructs of space and time, and here we have our eldest who likes to be part of the reading. A lot of elders going in and out. Everyone enjoys storytelling. The reading will be powerful, so watch your intentions. If you can, light a candle. Take that little gesture for yourself. Something bigger. Set your intention and trust. A lot of it has to do with perception. Perception can be altered, if you like, or we can change it simply by reflection. So you don't need declaring anything, you just need a bit of silence, because you hold the keys within you, and we are just looking for a bit of guidance on our path. So the Bhagavad Gita offers tools to live in this day and right way of being, the right way of operating through life's challenges. And for that very reason, and also simply for the love of the story and the beauty, we are not reading the Sanskrit mantra, instead we are reading Isherwood's translated version, the Song of God. Welcome, warriors. Welcome to the real battlefield. And to any warrior, be more honorable than a righteous battle. And so we learn the rules of engagement, if you like, through the reading. We begin with opening the space. And for those who are joining us now, welcome. If you have found us, welcome. We're meant to find each other. And doesn't matter when you find us, whenever you do, welcome. You are in our secret circle where all are welcome, and we are reading the Bhagavad Gita, or the Song of God. So, before we begin, as usual, we offer today's reading, my offer to my Guru. Anything and everything is a teacher, or whatever name you'd like to give something higher than ourselves. So it is not about the self, it is about greater than self. That includes the self. So to Shiva, my Guru, I offer Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabhuma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Dhyan Moolam Guru Mukti, Puja Moolam Guru Padam, Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Padam, Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam, Tat Padam Darshitam Yenam, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. And so this is the detailed Guru Mantra, and simply, in a very simple way, means everything is the Guru, creation, preservation, and destruction, and everything, action, everything is offered to the Guru. And then it gets a bit more detailed. Welcome. So, let's open the space. Who's joining us now? Welcome. This is simply reading and listening to the text is sufficient. It brings many blessings to your ancestors. It can change karma, completely changes your reality, if you like, if you allow. So, fortunate are those who have the honor of hearing the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Welcome. Just in time for the pence. Yeah. like to honor, grandfather, son, grandmother, the four directions, upper world, lower world, and middle world, all beings of unconditional love and light, all kingdoms, all kings and kingdoms, all realities, all creations, my creations, your creations, my bloodlines, your bloodlines, my ancestors, your ancestors, all kingdoms of earth, water, fire, ether, all tribes and elders, all grandfathers and grandmothers, all guardians of the sacred land, all keepers of wisdom, all forces, all sentient beings, all kingdoms, all are welcome. All are welcome to the sacred reading of Bhagavad Gita. All those who wish to be present, who choose to be present, are welcome. Must understand that protections of Shiva are in place and are permitted only with love of love. I honor, acknowledge, and pay my respects to information and wisdom that wishes to come through space and time, constructs reality itself. Any being, intergalactic forces, and federation of light, descended masters, my Guru, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Parvati, all forces, all beings are welcome. Circle of life. Blessings to all. Please take your places. And finally, Lord Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, and the great Mother Goddess, Bhagavad Please take your place. Okay. So, today we are reading Bhagavad Gita. Let's just take a minute. Come back to now, all of us. The greatest service we can do to a story is to be present fully, all of us. And so, all those who are wishing to receive the Gita, we begin chapter 3. Arjuna. But Krishna, if you consider knowledge of Brahman superior to any sort of action, why are you telling me to do these terrible deeds? Your statements seem to contradict each other. They confuse my mind. Tell me one definitive way of reaching the highest good. Sri Krishna, I have already told you that in this world, aspirants may find enlightenment by two different paths. For the contemplative is the path of knowledge. For the active is the path of selfless action. Freedom from activity is never achieved by abstaining from action. Nobody can become perfect by merely ceasing to act. In fact, nobody can ever rest from his activity, even for a moment. All are helplessly forced to act by the gunas. A man who renounces certain physical actions but still lets his mind dwell on the objects of his sensual desire, is deceiving himself. Now, here activity, as mentioned earlier, refers to mental action, conscious and subconscious. He can only be called a hypocrite. The truly admirable man controls his senses by the power of his will. All his actions are disinterested. All are directed along the path to union with Brahman. Activity is better than inertia. Act, but with self-control. If you are lazy, you cannot even sustain your own body. The world is imprisoned in its own activity, except when actions are performed as worship to God. Therefore, you must perform every action sacramentally and be free from all attachments to results. In the beginning, the Lord of beings created all men, to each his duty. Do this, he said, and you shall prosper. Duty well done fulfills desire, like Kamdhenu, the wish fulfiller. Doing of duty honors the Devas to you. The Devas, in turn, will be gracious, each honoring other. Man reaches the highest. Please the Devas, your prayer will be granted. But he who enjoys the Devas' bounty, showing no thanks, he thieves from the Devas. Pious men eat what the gods leave over. After the offering, thus they are sinless. But those ungodly, cooking good food for the greed of their stomachs, sin as they eat it. Food quickens the life sperm. Food grows from the rainfall, called down out of heaven by sacrifice offered. Sacrifice speaks to the act of the ritual. This is the ritual taught by the sacred scriptures that spring from the lips of the changeless. Know therefore that Brahman, the all-pervading, is dwelling forever within this ritual. If a man plays no part in the acts thus appointed, his living is evil, his joy is in lusting. Know this, O Prince, his life is for nothing. But when a man has found delight and satisfaction and peace in the Atman, then he is no longer obliged to perform any kind of action. He has nothing to gain in this world by action and nothing to lose in this world by refraining from action. He is independent of everybody and everything. Do your duty always, but without attachment. That is how a man reaches the ultimate truth by working without anxiety about results. In fact, Janaka and many others reached enlightenment simply because they did their duty in this spirit. Your motive in working should be to set others by your example on the path of duty. Whatever a great man does, ordinary people will imitate. They follow his example. Consider me. I am not bound by any sort of duty. There is nothing in all the three worlds which I do not already possess, nothing I have yet to acquire. But I go on working. Nevertheless, if I did not continue to work untiringly as I do, mankind would still follow me, no matter where I led them. Suppose I were to stop, they would all be lost. The result would be caste, mixture, and universal destruction. The ignorant work for the fruit of their action. The wise must work also without desire, pointing man's feet to the path of his duty. Let the wise beware lest they bewilder the minds of the ignorant, hungry for the action. Let them show by example how work is holy when the heart of the worker is fixed on the highest. Every action is really performed by the gunas. Man, deluded by his egoism, thinks, I am the doer. But he who has true insight into the operations of the gunas and their various functions know that when senses attach themselves to objects, gunas are merely attaching themselves to gunas. Knowing this, he does not become attached to his actions. The illuminated soul must not create confusion in the minds of the ignorant by refraining from work. The ignorant in their delusion identify the Atman with the gunas. They become tied to the senses and the action of the senses. Shake off this fever of ignorance. Stop hoping for worldly rewards. Fix your mind on the Atman. Be free from the sense of the ego. Dedicate all your actions to me. Then go forward and fight. If a man keeps following my teachings with faith in his heart and does not make mental reservations, he will be released from the bondage of his karma. But those who scorn my teaching and do not follow it are lost. They are without spiritual discrimination. All their knowledge is a delusion. Even a wise man acts according to the tendencies of his own nature. All living creatures follow their tendencies. What use is any external restraint? The attraction and aversion which the senses feel for different objects are very natural. But you must not give way to such feelings. They are obstacles. It is better, then, to do your own duty, however imperfectly, than to assume the duties of another person, however successfully. Prefer to die doing your own duty. The duty of another will bring you into great, great spiritual danger. Arjuna, Krishna What is it that makes man do evil, even against his own will, under compulsion, as it were? Sri Krishna. The Rajoguna has two faces, rage and lust, the ravenous, the deadly. Recognize these. They are your enemies. Smoke hides fire. Dust hides a mirror. The womb hides the embryo. By lust, the Atman is hidden. Lust hides the Atman in its hungry flames. The wise man, faithful foe. Intellect, senses, and the mind are fuel to its fire. Thus it deludes the dweller in the body, bewildering his judgment. Therefore, Arjuna, you must first control your senses, then kill this evil thing which obstructs the discriminative knowledge and realization of the Atman. The senses are said to be higher than the sense objects. The mind is higher than the senses. The intelligent will is higher than the mind. What is higher than intelligent will? The Atman itself. You must know him who is above the intelligent will. Get control of the mind through spiritual discrimination. Then destroy your elusive enemy who wears the form of lust. There's a lot there. So let's just close the space and I leave you with chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita. Catch you next time as we begin chapter 4, renunciation through knowledge. Renunciation through knowledge. So today's companion always is one. And we've been getting the lions first and the cockatoos, but today was definitely the wolf, both in the beginning and during closing. So that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I'd like to respectfully and lovingly send back all those who came for today's reading. I send you back with love and blessings to your sisters, your families, your constellations, your networks. Go in peace, go with love and expand the light that you are. Anyone I may have forgotten, anything said in error, please forgive with love close the space. All attendees must leave in the name of Shiva. May all be peace and love. Dharma ki jai ho. Adharm ka nash ho. Praniyon mein sadbhavna ho. Vishwa ka kalyan ho. Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram from the animal kingdom. And we will continue our fourth chapter. Next reading. I wish you blessings and love and joy, to be alive, to be here in this point in space and time, to be doing this, listening to the sacred text, and your ancestors will be blessing you. It is said that simply the act can really, really bring blessings one cannot even consciously fathom. Starting with the blessings of our ancestors, because they can hear it too when you are participating. So thank you from them, thank you from the animal kingdom and my guides, and today the wolf. That is the pathfinder, and always there listening, observing, trying to find his way, charting his own way, and living beautifully and with grace in the wild. So, Jai Shri Ram, warriors, Jai Shri Ram, and I will catch you next time. Om Namah Shivaya.